Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Happy Wednesday to you. It's an amazing hump day, middle of the week, mostly because we took some massive profits yesterday as a community. So congratulations again to all my members and fantastic job killing it with some of those trades. We're going to take a look at that and obviously Ethereum Classic, make sure we understand. Well, what's going to happen next, because we broke through this descending trend, we retested a resistance level, and essentially either a very strong short squeeze or just a fundamental catalyst. A lot of different things can happen in crypto, but right now Bitcoin is slowly etching its way up, and that's allowing altcoins to surge because Bitcoin dominance is down. So it's, again, good stuff there in that sense. Ethereum Classic, Near, BNB, a handful of others are kind of taking off right now, and it's really nice to see that because we had some awesome trades regarding those coins as well. So if you're new to the channel, just know I'm not a financial advisor. Been teaching for over 17 years now, and I love just being a better, helping people become better traders. I myself have a pretty high success rate, which you can kind of see reflected here with the signals that I sent out. We took 42% profit from Ethereum in 11 days. Keep in mind, there's some patience required with some of the trading right now. You can't just get rich quick. I don't know who else is teaching you that, but at this point, the best way to go is to be patient and conservative and to take small position sizes. So either way, 42% from Ethereum in 11 days, BNB 50% in 11. We've got 32%, of course, that's that same trade. And take a look at this one here. There's also an 82% from Ethereum for 15 days. So we're getting paid pretty fat right now. So it's really nice to see all this. I mean, some amazing gains. Here's another one that's my favorite. Solana 195% in 3 days. So again, you can get some pretty big wins in short amount of times, but on the same accord, you want to be safe, conservative, and not get too greedy with your trades right now. Tight profit targets makes a lot of sense, okay? So again, awesome stuff, and kudos and congratulations. Got some really good members here kicking some butt there. Look at that goal, as well as SAC. This is one of my admins. Fantastic. Nice long on link there. And Sunny starting to pick up the pace there with an ANC. Again, awesome stuff. And we're all using the best exchange in the world, which is our basically $10,000 prize pool monthly through Bitget. We get that offer just based on me having an affiliation with them. So I'm able to provide that to my community. All you got to do is use the link in the description below to register for that. Same thing with ExpressVPN. If you're in the States, you're going to need a VPN to use Bitget, Bybit, whatever. Any futures, essentially, you're going to need to have that. So essentially, you get 3 months free with a 12-month plan. Again, I got your back. Thanks so much, again, to ExpressVPN for allowing me to provide for my community. All right, so here's the thing with Ethereum Classic. We broke a descending trend. We're going to redraw out some Fibonacci retracement levels here to kind of get the most recent high, most recent low, and kind of identify that. But you can see this double bottom here, which Ethereum, by the way, had a double bottom and it's breaking out pretty well. And we just got this retest of this level here. So 1475 is a strong support level, okay? It's one of those situations where we can expect the price to go no lower than that, at least in the foreseeable future. Okay, now keep in mind, it could go lower. We do have some candle wicks down previously in the summer of 2022, which was last year, weird to say, at roughly about, just say, $13. So $13 is technically the bottom. We could even, reverse these fibs and essentially kind of find out what that looks like there as well. Okay, so again, different little things you can kind of do, but generally speaking, right now we want to redraw out the Fibonacci retracement levels because we can see that the descending trend has been broken, right? Lower highs is broken. No more lower highs, okay? It doesn't necessarily imply that we have reversed this trend, but it does imply that we are making higher lows, and that's a very positive sign, okay? Higher lows is the key to a trend reversal. It's a little premature to see that, but generally speaking, you can kind of tell that we are having some ascending type of benefit, okay? So with that being said, let's go and draw out some Fibonacci retracement levels, see if we have any potential retracements here soon, and what we're looking at. And again, most recent time frame, what we're doing is we're just going to take the most recent high. Okay, this is the highest point in which the price was at recently to the most recent low. Okay, I'm just stretching it out so we can kind of see it a little easier. Generally speaking, we can see some resistance there at the 0.786 Fibonacci retracement level. That's a common retracement point, and we're looking at about $18.75 as a potential resistance here. So the price action should not close above that, but if it does, then we can expect it probably to continue a little bit further. But initially, we can anticipate the price potentially pulling back to 1788. Okay. Again, 0.618 is the most consistent Fibonacci retracement level you will see. It's a consistent number, and it happens all the time in nature, of course, and also in trading. But generally speaking, that level right there, you could even round up and say $18, is a pretty safe bouncing point if the price were to pull back. Okay, we should experience some kind of support at that level. If we take a look at some of the other factors here, let's go ahead and see what the RSI looks like here. We can see 50 on the RSI is well broken. Now keep in mind today's candlestick hasn't closed yet, but it seems very likely for that to be the case. So this is a very positive sign. Okay, so we're good shape there. That's a very bullish sign. We can also see a strong convergence here, still continuing upwards. All right, so the likelihood of a continuation here further for Ethereum Classic is higher, pending Bitcoin doesn't take a nosedive in the near future. We always got to have that in the back of our minds. Is Bitcoin going to dump? Bitcoin looks fairly strong right now. If you saw my video from yesterday, I think it's going to likely continue to retest those levels. A closure above 17.2 is what we're looking for. It's at like 16,850, and in that sense right now, we can kind of just anticipate the fact that Ethereum Classic is going to continue higher, pending Bitcoin doesn't hit a strong resistance and get rejected. But we're trending positively for Bitcoin, and Ethereum Classic's following suit. A lot of alts are doing that as well, but this one's performing better. And we're going to look at some smaller time frames to see if there's any overextension. At this point here, we are starting to get overextended. We can see we're at a 5. We're about 5 4-hour candlesticks, basically 20 hours into a 36-hour run, or 20 hours into potentially even a 2 or 3 day run. You can see a lot of things that happen in threes in trading, specifically with 3 white soldiers. We're seeing that right now with Solana. Today is the 3rd white soldier, and we can expect a 4th red day tomorrow. That's generally the candlestick pattern. It's like an 80% probability. That being said, this progression here is still early. There is potential for the price to continue higher. But if we do take a look at some overextension on smaller time frames, we can see that the price keeps pushing right up above that upper level. Okay, so again, this is a fairly healthy continuation, but generally speaking, you can see that it keeps retesting that and keeps getting rejected, and that's actually healthy and good. Okay, I'll explain more about that in a moment, but generally speaking, the volume weighted average price looks good. The price is relevant to the volume being introduced to this coin. Because again, if you don't have enough volume and the price is going up, then you're just going to dump down pretty hard. With a lot of extra volume coming in, it's going to sustain this price point because it has a lot of supporting factors, okay, which is volume and other things as well. Either way, it's a slight tangent, sorry, just little stuff that you learn along the way. But if we're looking at a 5 on TD sequential here, we've got potentially 4 more candlesticks, roughly somewhere in the range of 16 hours of continuation to the upside. All right, that is potential. Furthermore, if we look at the 4-hour, we are overextended on the RSI. Typically, what you will see is the RSI comes down to either bounce or comes down to retest 50. One of those 2 support levels will occur. If it comes down to bounce off of 70, which is very likely in this continuation type of pattern, we'll probably see a bounce off of 17.90 or just say $18 even. That would likely give us that retest, that second push, you could say. A lot of times it looks like a cup and handle. So we could very well see something along these lines. This is a very rough sketch, but generally speaking, that's the concept of what we're looking for. So ideally, we got a little bounce like this. That's going to be our handle that we want. And then at that point, you take entry once you retest that level a second time. Okay. So we're still a little premature on that. I would recommend waiting for a slight pullback. It's probably not going to be significant, but it will potentially be relevant. And we'll need to look at that later. For now, let's go ahead and take a quick peek at TD sequential on the hourly. This is another one of those overextensions that you do see. We're coming off of an overextension to the downside. You can see a 9 here with a strong bounce off that ascending trend line. And then, of course, we hit a 9 here. We should have stopped, but then a likely short squeeze past this Fibonacci retracement level of $18. Again, common theme, that 0.618 retracement. And then, of course, the price continues higher. So in essence, we are about 18 hours into this bullish trend. So once again, it has to either go sideways or retrace to be able to kind of give it that natural leg up, right? So the next leg up is going to be better if we have a pullback, right? If we see the price go sideways, sure, it'll come up, but it won't be quite as strong as we want. We typically want the price to come down. So if you see this, these kind of steps like that, that's important for trading. If you don't have a pullback, the continuation higher is less likely. And if it continues higher with no pullback, then the pullback is going to be stronger, okay? So we really want this to sustain itself between $18 and $18.75 for the next 24 hours and then leg up again. I would love to see a cup and then the handle, of course, formed with the most recent retracement. Okay, so we're looking for a retracement here, of course. Is it going to happen? Hard to say, honestly. The Ichimoku cloud's telling us we got all green lights to leave our long position open. So here's the thing. If you have a position open with Ethereum Classic, it wouldn't be terrible to consider taking some profits and adjusting your stop loss to at least break even. That's what we do as a community, and it's very helpful to secure profits, because in this market right now, there's really no there's not a lot of opportunity, okay? And things like this that are occurring right now, they're kind of like nice. They're almost like anomalies for the most part. Are you going to just sit there and wait for the price to bleed out back down if it does? Because just say Bitcoin has a bad day and Ethereum Classic corrects itself. you're gonna feel pretty chapped if you were to have given up all that profit. So just take some profit is all I ask. We recommend, or I recommend myself, this is what I do myself personally, is like I take 65% of my first profit target, and then I take 15% of my second, and I let the last ride. So it's all gravy from there on out, right? You hit your target 4, target 5s, that 200% is still very, very good, okay? That being said, for right now, I recommend just kind of waiting for a good opportunity because we are absolutely overextended. And the likelihood of it continuing is still great. I think there's more probability the price is going to go up over the next few days than it will down, but it has to pull back first in order for it to rank up again, okay? Again, you see that in different coins, and it's just the way that it works, okay? Again, trading candlestick patterns is a thing, but you can't rely specifically on that. So we're still premature here. We can't wait for like 3 more green days to see a pullback. For right now, it makes perfect sense for it to pull back a little bit and then leg up again. Just a quick reference here. In fact, if we take a look at Solana, this is the 3 white soldier pattern I'm talking about. We got 1, 2, and today's the 3rd one forming. The likelihood of a continuation past here is lower. If it does, it'll get rejected pretty hard, and we'll probably see a pullback here to that 0.618 level. Again, this isn't a Solana review. It's a review of Ethereum Classic, but that's what we're looking for. There is a strong probability we're going to see 2 more green days followed by a 4th red day. But that being said, why not take profits between now and then and add to your position at a lower price point? So to me, I'm going to set my targets here at about $18. If I get my alert, great. I'll consider a long position if the circumstances are still looking favorable. You got to keep in mind, you don't just take a long because you hit these alerts. I'm going to reevaluate again and see if that looks good at the time, okay? All right, anyways, that's kind of all we got here so far. I would say we're definitely bullish on Ethereum Classic. It's a good looking coin right now. Looks very healthy. This is a healthy continuation, albeit overextended, yes, but a slight pullback should be expected in the next 24 hours. If we don't get that, then I would anticipate a stronger pullback later because you can only go up for so long without significant retracement, okay? Hopefully this is beneficial and it made sense. Thank you so much for joining me here. Again, you want to become part of the crew, go ahead and join me. CryptoCash.tech is a site. Rates are increasing into the month. We have a new website with some amazing features coming out. So please understand that you can lock in your rate now. And obviously, if you're currently a member, just hold tight. You'll never have to adjust that. Thanks again so much for joining me here. Again, have a great rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.